get to that place where God got to come in and be like, you know what, sir, you're not doing your job, so I got to come in and handle this. So, got to make sure that we are the covering, the protection, the tuck for our spouses.
Yeah.
And most of the time, you know who we got to protect them from?
Ourselves.
Yeah,
man. We got to protect them from ourselves.
I don't even know how that works. That's a different type of shadow boxing right there. Like, you can actually do some damage to yourself.
Well, I mean, we know that self-mutilation is real. People do it all the time. And it's funny when I talk to people who have been in self-mutilation, Reggie, is that they will hurt themselves, and they'll say is they'll do it, one, to feel something, because they're so numb in life. They want to feel something. So they'll do it. The other one is that it's a punishment against themselves.
Sure.
It's their own penance against themselves.
Self-flagellation,
right?
right?
Yep. And you understand that, especially from the Catholic background. I know you understand it.
Yeah, I do.
But that's it, man. Sometimes that we can grow so numb to our walk with our wives that we can self-mutilate because we want to feel something, and we'll feel something through her feeling something, but it's through her being hurt instead of walking in joy. And we have to be careful with that. And then also, like you said, the punishment, making sure that we're not punishing our wives. It's not gonna say unjustly, just not punishing them, because sometimes we, as men, if we get overbearing, if we get forgetful, neglectful, if we don't do what the word says, which is washing her with that word on a consistent basis, right? I mean, surface dirt is no problem, but if you leave it long enough, it can begin to infect the skin.
Yeah,
and it can begin to affect the appearance of a thing and cause more issues because we're not washing the way we should. And so, yes, we can hurt our wives with our words. We can hurt our wives with our lack of words, right? And we have to make sure that we are protecting our ribs. And God is helping me with that. God really did a overall on me, fam. And I thank him for it, because sometimes if we get too familiar.
Hey, that's a dangerous one.
If we get too familiar and we get in this real deep comfort space where I got you, so I ain't really got to work for you. Be careful with that, because you'll start to lose. And what the scriptures even said in Revelation chapter 3, when Jesus talked to a church and he says, this one thing I have against you, you lost your first love. Mm-hmm. You lost your first love. You're still doing all the other things you should be doing, but this element is missing. And God tells them, you got to get that back.